Well, shalom, shalom, everybody. This morning here at the Decalogue Stone Mountain in Los Lunas, New Mexico, I'm fixing to travel to the top. And look, I watched a video last night. Somebody had sent me showing me that where there was at least a campsite set up there, and maybe even a sundial. A Zadok sundial that was set up on one of the rocks on the ledges at the top. There's also some perimeters of some rock laid out, round perimeters that are sunk in to where some like camp tent was set up over them. There was even suspected that there was a tabernacle up here on the top at one time. So we're gonna go check this out this morning. And I'm excited. You know, Yahuwah brought me back. Last time I was here, there was snow on the ground. There's no snow today. A little bit overcast, a little bit of clouds moving in. Looks like a front line right here moving in. I hope it don't rain on me, but if it does, it's okay. But it's a beautiful day. I'm in just a regular long sleeve shirt. Nothing, not really cold. It's perfect weather for this today. So here in just a little bit, I'm gonna do a live video of the top. And I brought my binoculars. I'm packed real light, got me a little water, and got me a couple of snacks to take with me in my pocket. And so, let me flip my camera around here. When you come in, there's a gate right here, cattle gate, fence going through here, fence coming down here. That's the waste management that goes back down through there. And as you can see, that's the Los Lunas Decalogue Mountain. And the stone is gonna be right over there on the other side of that ridge right there. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna walk down through here with my camera. So anybody that comes, I'm gonna make this easier so that you'll know where to go. So we're gonna video this little walk that I'm gonna do, and this is what you're gonna be looking at and seeing. So you will have an idea if you come out here exactly how to get there. Because when I first came in here, I had a guy, Bill, to guide me back to where the Decalogue Stone was the last time I was here. And as a matter of fact, when I got here last night, I met up with Bill again. And I talked to him and told him thank you. And he was glad to see me back. He said, be careful. There is a mountain lion, a panther, that's been on, that he's seen here on the mountain recently. And so it's hunting. But anytime that you're out, especially like myself, when you're out and you're alone doing a lot of this, always keep you some pepper spray. And it's not, you know, I own a nuisance animal trap and release business, and I'm used to wild animals. I'm used to going up in attics and crawl spaces under houses and in wall areas and getting live animals out from, especially babies, out from some of these places where they mamas put them. Mamas don't like it, especially raccoons. Mamas don't want you messing with their baby. Now there is tactics that I use that I don't have to trap the mama and then leave the babies. There's tactics that I use to get the mama to take the babies out within 24 hours, they're gone. But in some cases, whenever I'm in areas, I don't know what's in there. And so whenever I'm doing my inspections, sometimes I find a mama raccoon den down with her babies, and she comes out mad. And if she's in between me and the crawl space entrance, or if there's not a lot of walkway in the attic and you're crouched down running on rafters on your hands and knees because you ain't got but about 3 to 4 feet above your head, she don't mind coming at you. And they are vicious. I own several for pets, and I used one for several years to help me do my jobs, and took her everywhere I went with me. And they have awesome nose and smell. But the point is, keep you some pepper spray on you. If anything, it works pretty good to deter animals. Even mama's angry with him whenever you're coming in and trying to locate the babies and get them. It's a self-defense. And of course, you know, if anybody gives you problems, I ain't got a problem pepper spraying nobody and popping them in the nose or more. But I'm not a scaredy cat. I don't mind being out here alone, but I do take precautions. So when you come out here in the wild, in nature, there's a lot of things to observe. There's a lot of things to see. There's a lot of, this is an ecosystem, folks. It's an environment. And when you're used to a home environment and you come out here in the wilderness, you're going to run across every kind of wild animal that you have created. And they're always, most of them are more scared of you than you are of them. There's rattlesnakes out here. Right now at this time of the year, they're denned up. I'm not really worried about snakes, but there's other bigger animals that hunt bigger game that are bigger than you and I. So somebody telling me that there's a cougar, it just makes me more precautious of what I'm looking for, to know what my surroundings always are. And it's okay. But as you see, this trail, it'll come right around through here. And you just follow the side of this hill. See the trail where we come up the road. There's a road, and then you'll come off, and there's this little trail here. If I keep looking, let me see. I'll find some panther tracks. I seen some here the last time. A lot of coyotes, a lot of deer. I'll find some tracks here in a minute. They're here. This red dirt right here, you see the Adama, or red dirt. A lot of bobcats out here. A lot of tumbleweed. A bunch of tumbleweeds. This is actually a rancher's land that this Decalogue stone's on. And that road goes on down. And there's about a 6-mile hike. It goes all back through here, doing different things. And a lot of people come out here. Now you see I took a shortcut through just the side of this hillside here. And but the main trail for it comes in right here, about another 150 feet or so before I got here, where I came in at. A lot of lava stone, a lot of different rock formations. This is where I seen the panther tracks the last time I was here. Me and Bill did, and he showed me. Early in the mornings. Let's see if I can find some more today. Be really nice to see some today. I see a lot of coyote. But you can see the people's footprints. There's quite a bit of activity that's come through here. Looks like here's some coyote dung. So these are just some things that extra things we observe while we're out here for the ecosystem and the environment. You want to know your environment. And so that's what I'm doing out here today is, see, there's some coyote track right there. And look at that. That's not coyote. That looks like a pretty big cat. I can't see, maybe, can't see the paw prints exactly in this crusted dirt. They're older, they're within a few days old. Here we go. Right there. That's a better print. You see groundhogs? See groundhog hole. Small burrows. See all the burrows in the ground and the dirt. Look, this dirt right here. See this mound? It'll be hollow when you get down here. Now be careful. Be careful when you're observing gopher holes and digging to find the inside down inside them. See this mound right here, this bigger mound? This bigger mound is a colony. There's entrance on one side, and if you look, there'll probably be an entrance on the other side. They're like beaver. See, there's a hole right there. Yep, there it is. You come over here, and there's a hole on the other side, straight across from one another. And what this does is, for these animals, it'll go in while the other one's trying to dig it out. See, there's some digging spots right there. But this is a colony. It's where mama has her babies, and they all hide in at. It's hollowed out, so the ground's raised up and pushed up. They pack it with their back. They pack it up. And so whenever he goes in there and something's busy, whenever they get the chance, they'll come out that hole over there. And the animal usually isn't paying attention, and they'll get away and go to another hole. And there's holes all over here. Here's some fresh digs. Look here on top. See all these fresh digs that are on top? It's a pretty big animal. This is an animal digging to find the prey. Look here. See that hole? This is an animal digging to find the prey. Now this here, it looks like this is a fresh burrow where one come in, and then another one's trying to dig it to find it, to eat it. So there's another one. So looking at all these, looking at some of this, these are bigger animals. These are just signs and things. This is a lava rock, people. I showed y'all some of the rock formations the last time that I was here. And right whenever I come in at Los Lunas, there's a hole. And on the backside of this mountain, there's a whole lava field. This is lava stone, real porous and beautiful stone. As you can see here, look, as you can see here, there's one that burrows in up there at the top. It goes in, a couple holes. This is debris of nesting that they pull in and out. And if we look, there's berries and nuts, all kinds of different things that they eat. So, a little bit of trash here, no bed. Somebody come out here and dumped it one time. Broken glass bottles. Be careful when you're walking around. And here's another burrow here on the other side of it. See that? There's another burrow right up there. So these rock formations, they give these creatures and these animals of Yahuwah shelter and protection. Now the reason why I want to mention that is because as tent dwelling people as we were, and as the ancient people were, they lived under rock dwellings also. We're more familiar with that being with like the Native American Indians. You know, a lot of them were cave dwellers. Be careful when you come out here. These right here are thorny and sticky. Those are thorns, okay? And then you're gonna find some cactus plant out here. So we're still walking along the edge of this, and you just look at some of the raised up formation of the geological rock formation that comes up out of it, and a lot of it's lava. It's all a bunch of lava rock. There's several different rock formations or different types of rock here. So this trail keeps, and I got some stickers down in my boot, down in my sock. They ain't fun. I gotta climb the mountain yet. But as we keep looking and we're going on around here, you see this trail's pretty beat down. It's pretty knocked down. It's a real easy hike, real easy access. You may want to, depend on how long you want to walk up here and be up here, you might want to bring you a small backpack, bring you a little snack, bring you some water, some Gatorade, something. Bring you a pair of binoculars, because from up here, now you can't see the canyon of the river that runs through here, hardly from here. You can't hardly make that out. But in the summer or spring, in the summertime, I've actually seen pictures and videos of that area down there, and it's green lush along where that water runs. And so the geological formation of the coloring, the color will change. See, right now this is winter time, so everything's dead. Everything's just the same color, and it's not leafed out. And so this makes it easier at this time of the year to spot stuff, because once it starts growing and growing lush, you add the greenery in with it. You add moss on the rock and all kinds of things. It covers up some stuff, but it kind of goes away during the wintertime, and it makes it more easier to see the petroglyphs and any carvings or markings that are on rock. But as for that river, I showed it the last time I was here. That river is deep and wide, and it runs pretty good, I'm sure. And one time, this was a lush area. It wasn't all desert. So what causes the desert is the mountain ranges over in the west have raised up where the clouds don't get over the top of them and bring as much water. So from what I'm understanding, if you look right now at these cloud formations, okay, so we need to take some things into consideration. And I'll probably show more of that when I get to top. These cloud formations come from over here, and then they come up from over there. And there's a pocket right here that blocks the snow from the other mountain region that's on the other, hill regions on the other side over here that I do know about. So this area doesn't get near as much snow. So once you get over into Albuquerque and going east a little bit, then you will get more snow. But what does happen here is the air goes around each side of these mountain regions and dumps out in here. And so it does get cold, but it stays drier. Less snow. That I experienced whenever the last time I came, which was about a month and a half ago. I got snowed and had to pull. It snowed so hard and so much when it got right up before dark and after dark that I had to pull over to the rest station. You see somebody put some rocks down here, showing an arrow, showing the direction. And this another one here. Put this rock back here. And you see these rocks are starting to lift up off the crest of this little hill here. So there's a lot to, and we're going to come up to another gate here in a minute, okay? So there's going to be another gate like there was at the first. A lot of coyote tracks back here. This is more sand here, more dry sand along the base of this mountain. When you get further out in the field area, then it turns to more dirtish clay. But a lot of this out here is sandstone and volcano rock. But you see, as we walk along through here, see this panther. So she's been in here. It's a female. People at the landfill. Okay, here it is. See, they got an arrow where we're going to turn here. And there's a gate right there. It's a cattle gate. There is cattle out here in this field. So for me to say that there's cattle, that's good. Man. Because that's what usually the big cats and the big dog life packs, coyotes and things, that's what they hunt. So you kind of walk through that little shape right here, and then you turn to the right. Okay, this is the gorge of the mountain that comes down, and the Decalogue Stone fell from right up there at the top somewhere along that, and it rolled down, and it's over the other side of this little hill right here. This little note's lifted up. You can get back here and you see the cow dung from the cows and the bulls, and they've walked through here, and they've come through here recently. So when you do come out here, there is cattle, people. If there's a bull, be sure around mating season that they can get a little bit temperamental. But this ranch is huge. These cattle may be here today, and you may not see them back here again for a week, because they may be all the way over on the other part of thousands of acres that's over here on the other side. So these rock formations. See, now we're going in between the hill. We just walked around the other side of this, and now we're coming on this side, and you can see that that's volcanic rock, also mixed with other rock, that it cooled down a little bit slower, that it wasn't the same as some of the other volcanic rock that I've witnessed since I've been coming out here. Lots of cactus. These cactus turn pinkish and purple, and you know that's one of the colors of Yahuwah, being Adam red, and purple. And so he's left his signature in the color of agriculture to remind us of the dam, the blood, the sealing of the blood, the rock, and the anointing oil. Anointing oil is red, also real Kodesh from the formula of the anointing oil of Masha is dam, red. And these, you see, it looks like that would be gravel. This is a slower cooling down of a lava rock. See the color difference? Texture is a little bit different. The slower it cools down, the part of lava that comes up to the surface gets bubbly. It's kind of like when you weld and you got slag. But this part that doesn't cool down near as fast, it stays more solid in substance. It doesn't have the gas bubbles and things in it. Okay, so now we've just walked about 100 yards, probably a little more, maybe 125 yards. And then the trail is going to start going up. When you're facing the head of the mountain directly here, you will see that we start walking up right in between this peak and that peak. Okay, there's two peaks, so this is really easy to find. Now the Decalogue Stone is just around the corner here. This isn't wheelchair accessible. You can't bring a electric cart to, if you have, see there's a stone with an arrow on it pointing up. You can't bring any electrical devices to bring you out here if you have trouble walking. But for those that can make this a leisure walk, this is a very easy hike, at least to the Decalogue Stone, maybe not to the peak. Young children, you bring young children. Very easy hike. And how long have I been on? 25 minutes. And of course I've stopped, and this is from the very parking lot, the parking place. So 25 minutes, and I've stopped and showed different things, but you can walk this hike from the parking lot to the Decalogue Stone at a leisure pace. Very easy. 15 minutes. So you probably won't even get thirsty to take a drink. Now for a fat boy like myself, and wintertime a little out of shape, but I've been doing quite a bit of hiking. I'm already starting to feel my heart rate increase. I'm 49-year-old, and my legs kind of, I can feel that I'm starting to walk uphill a little bit. So here's another arrow. Now, this is the steepest part. This rock here, you see it's volcanic, more solid on the inside. But as soon as you walk up that little stretch, there's the Decalogue Stone, folks. You can see it from here. So right whenever you're ready to get here, even for a fat boy like myself, you don't get you're not going to be too out of breath. This is in the morning for me. Nice. So let's walk up here, and I'll close this video here, show you the Decalogue Stone, and here we go. There it is. Written in several different paleo scripts. Now, from what I've observed in all the different forms of paleo, let me give a around here. Let me sit down here a second, and let me say it like this. There's 20-something different paleo scripts, because from the Picture-Louf bit, paleo is pictographic, but depending on which one that it evolved after or over time changed, it's like the solid Picture-Louf bit changed to the picture paleo scripts, and about 20 different ones. Each one of the letters changed each time a little bit. So from what I've observed in all the different paleo scripts, one of the things that's questioned about is, that confuses people, is they say, well, this isn't authentic. Well, what do you mean by authentic? You mean that it's not written in one solid dispensation or era of paleo, because it uses about 4 different paleo scripts. So the person that wrote this, he was pretty educated to understand paleo for using 4 different scripts. And 4 different scripts means the scribe. Okay, when I say the scribe, each paleo script over a dispensation of time was, okay, let me explain it like this. I'm a scribe, and you're a scribe. That means how you write a letter. That's what scribing is, scribing. Okay, so let's take your name or my name, either one, and let's write it in cursive. My cursive style may have a zigzag where yours has got a hoop in one of your lower letters or upper letters in writing cursive on how you write it, or letter script, your letter, individual letter. And that's what these different 4 paleos are. He was learning and watching different scribes in different areas at different times. And that's how he chose to write this paleo, to write 4 different scripts on it. Okay, so each one of the paleo scripts, it still has the same phonic sound, still holds the same interpretation meaning. It still holds the same numerical value. And it still has the word for in the Hebrew, what it means and what it is. Okay, so aloof, still aloof. But when you lose the picture letter, and so what people get confused about is the picture aloof bet, you can't go wrong with it. You see exactly what it is, because aloof is a picture for an ox. It's an ox. When we look at the paleo, this form style right here, see this letter A, it's an ox head, is what it's supposed to represent. Okay. But different paleos, the angles will change. The letters will shorten, or the Y up here in the horn area will widen or turn upside down, and different things like that. Those are scribes. Those are what us scholars look for in dispensations of time to date history of a writing style. Okay, so just a little touch up on the paleo script. Somebody's scratched all this out. One thing I do want to mention while I'm standing here before I go to the summit, up to the top up there, is if you notice the coloring of this rock, dark here, light here. And people have always wondered, what is this? And they don't even really pay attention to it, don't even really understand. This is because this has been sanded down. Okay? Now, there's some other things up on the top the same way that I'm going to make observations of. So they sanded this down and they made this more clear and clean. And these etchings are real deep. And so if you see the scratchings, they're just barely scratched the surface. They still didn't get the letter. They still didn't scratch down as far as the lettering did. So that's graffiti up here on the top. Some of the things that I have noticed is the ul. Let me find it. Let me find one of them. There's one ul written one direction. See, this is the ul. The ul. But then I'll find it written in another place on here. I'll go into more of that when I come back down. But it's reversed. And so at first it kind of confused me because I'm not used to seeing that. But like I said, the letters in the ancient Hebrew is not like the modern, where everything has to be just written exactly the precise from one scribe to the next, or they throw the whole scroll away, or Torah. And that's something new in modern time through the Masoretic text. Okay, so the ancient times, it didn't have to be that way. Any of these letters can be in any formation. It could be upside down, sideways, backwards, angled, but the written letters themselves to make the words still have to be in their phonic sound writing of the words. So if we're looking at Adam, which is aloof, dominant,